What's up, guys? It's Corvan Reacts, and today we're going to be reacting to riddles that just don't make sense. So if you love riddles, let me know down below. But like always, make sure you guys hit that follow button and turn that thumbs down, thumbs up, because it really supports my channel. And make sure you leave a comment down below how many you guys got right and how many you got wrong. Let's go. Okay, guys. Make sure you grab a snack or something. Whenever I press the space button here, we're gonna get right into it. So on the count of three, we're gonna start it. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
There's a historical medieval castle where the legend says lived a beautiful princess and a werewolf. One day, a lonely tourist walks in there to take some photos. To his surprise, the princess is actually there. She greets him, but says the werewolf hates any visitors, so she has to hide him. She then takes him to a secret room in the basement and locks the door. However, when she checks on him the next day, she sees that he's turned into a werewolf too. How did the werewolf find out about him? The princess is the werewolf.
Oh.
After a long day at work, Jamie arrived
I didn't
only
know
to
that
find
one.
a burglar had broken into his house.
That
Once he headed to his bedroom, he realized that the burglar was actually still inside his house. How did he figure that out?
Because the mirror thing, maybe?
Take a look at the t-shirt
it's like
that's
still
hanging
dangling
on the handle of his wardrobe. It keeps moving slightly. However, the windows are shut and the air conditioner is off, so there's no way any wind may be causing that. It must be the thief hiding inside the wardrobe. Check if Jamie is still in the room or not.
That was good.
Carrie is invited to a spooky-themed costume party. When she arrives there, she sees 3 people dressed as ghosts, but 2 of them are actually real ghosts. Can you tell who's human?
Oh, because no, wait, what? I'm going with the one on the far right.
Do you see the first lady? She has no shadow despite the light coming from her back. So she must be a real ghost.
Oh.
And notice that the light just passes through the arm of the third guy?
Though.
He must be a real ghost too. So the second lady is human.
I don't even see the shadow.
The police department called Inspector Kim to solve a robbery case. The thief was last seen entering the graveyard with the sack of gold he had stolen from the jewelry store. They were able to catch the robber, but he was not revealing where he'd hidden the gold. Inspector Kim headed to the graveyard to investigate the scene, and he immediately found where the robber hid the gold. Can you?
No.
Take a look at the dates on these 3 gravestones. The second and the third look normal, but the first gravestone says this person lived from 1860 to 2020, and that's impossible. So that must be some cover the robber made to bury and hide all the gold.
Yeah, that's like impossible.
The police officers called Inspector Kim for duty once again when 3 houses all next to each other were robbed on the main street.
No.
Inspector Kim questioned the owners of each of the houses to see if they'd seen something suspicious. The first man said he had not been inside his house when the thief broke in. The second man said he had been on the second floor listening to music with his headphones on, so he hadn't heard anything. And the third man said he'd been taking a shower, so he hadn't heard anything either. Inspector Kim could immediately tell that one of them was lying. Can you?
He was taking a shower? I'm so confused. I'm guessing the shower one.
It's the second man. He said he was on the second floor, but the house is a 1-story house.
Oh.
Aaron was traveling on his motorcycle when he came across 3 different roads. The first one goes through a forest where all kinds of wild animals are waiting for their prey. The second road is the shortest, but it's all pitch black. And the third road goes through the river where the current of the water is extremely high. Which road should he choose?
I'm saying the dark one. Right? Definitely not the water one. The animal one, maybe. I don't want the dark.
The answer is the second road, of course. He's driving his motorcycle, remember? He can easily use his headlight to see around.
That was easy.
His way. Lee and his best friend are trapped inside a haunted house for the night because a sudden snowstorm overtook the creepy town. All the doors and windows have become barricaded with piles of snow. Lee and his friends need to find a way to stay warm. After searching the entire house, they find 3 stoves: a coal stove, a wooden stove, and a gas stove. However, they have only one match. What should they light first to survive the night?
I'm going with the wood one because wood lasts a while. You can't even light a match with the oven.
The match, of course. Take a look around this house. There are 3 signs that suggest it's being haunted. Can you spot them?
The mannequin is blinking. The cat looks evil. And the window says B.
Do you see that some invisible hand is writing something on the foggy window? Then there's a cat, which is
and then she's
scared,
blinking.
although it seems like there's nothing
is that
in
normal?
front of it. And lastly, this statue is blinking.
Yeah.
Allison was suspecting that her house was being haunted. After she did some research on the best Ghostbusters and monster hunters in the city, she brought down her options to 3. Take a look at the newspaper ads of all 3 of them. Which one should she choose?
The zombie one, because he has a flashlight in his pocket.
The Ghostbuster in the photo is
flashlight.
posing with the zombie he caught. But take a closer look at the zombie's arm here. You can see his real human skin peeking through. That means he's actually wearing makeup, and he's not a real zombie. As for the third Ghostbuster posing with the ghost he caught, do you see the hologram machine behind him? That means he's also faking it. So, the best option is the second Ghostbuster, who is not posing with any kind of monster and is not trying to trick anyone.
Yeah.
After the Ghostbuster arrived at Allison's house, they started checking on all the rooms together. Once they entered the bathroom, the Ghostbuster immediately knew that the ghost was hiding there. How did she do it?
Because there's footprints? Or is that the thing?
Do you see the footprints on the floor? But Allison was wearing her house slippers all this time, and the Ghostbuster had her shoes on. So those definitely don't belong to either of them, which can only mean they belong to the ghost. Florence went to the clothing store to buy herself a new dress. As she was waiting for her turn to use the dressing rooms, her eyes caught 2 strange-looking people who were also doing some shopping.
Yeah.
However, it seemed like one of them was actually a ghost.
How?
Can you tell which one?
The reflection maybe?
Take a look at their reflections in the mirror behind them. The first lady's reflections look perfectly
Oh, but
fine,
she's just like
but
forward.
the second lady's reflection shows her face and everything.
Yeah,
whereas
I'm not
it's supposed to show her back,
schizo.
so
I
she
did not know
must be
that.
a ghost. Caitlin was driving to her parents' house across the country, but on the way, she took a wrong turn and lost her way. She ended up on some narrow and lonely road. Suddenly, a security guard stopped her and said, "You're on private-owned farmlands, so I can't let you pass. But I'll direct you to the main road if you answer my riddle. I protect the crops, I stand tall, and my purpose is to strike fear in all. What am I?"
A tractor?
The answer
A
is a scarecrow. Danny was sitting at the bench
I said a
enjoying his
tractor.
drink when he saw 3 people coming out of the sea. However, something about them felt strange to him. One of them was actually a sea monster.
How?
Can you tell who?
I don't notice anything.
It's this third guy.
Oh,
You
the
see